Hey, 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 beautiful heart, what's vibing today? Dr. Danae, your somewhat friendly metaphysician. Anyways, I'm here today. I meditated, and this reading, as you saw in the title, and guys, just so you know, a lot of times coming up with the title for these readings is the biggest challenge. And I'll admit it, there were times in 2023 when I just couldn't come up with a title, so I didn't even post a reading. I know, not fair. But hey, this is the age of media, and I'm not into clickbait or any of that. So it's a challenge I'm working through. So, anyways, things will be different in 2024. Anyways, no matter what the title says, you're here, you're listening, and this will find you when you need it. My readings are timeless. So I'm currently pulling on the energy of a high level soul connection. Doesn't matter if it's twin flame, soulmate, spiritual mate, friendship, whatever. This is general, it's not one on one. So you get to hear the energy, you get to take it, flip it, rub it down, put it wherever it needs to be. And if it's not yours, then that's okay. Just watch, just listen, just observe. Okay. So this first row, when I was meditating on this reading is for those of you who do have a situationship. Again, doesn't matter the label, but it is with, this is a high level soulmate. This is a connection that has been turbulent. This is a connection that when you guys first connected, I don't care how long ago it was or how recent, but when you guys connected or met, had an exchange of energy, whether, that's just a conversation or what have you, you both knew right off the bat. You couldn't explain it, but you knew that you've known this person before or this connection was completely different. I do feel both of you felt at home with each other in a way that you hadn't felt with others before. You both believe there is some sort of past life connection. Okay. So if that criteria fits, again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it definitely could be. Um, so if that's for you, grab something to drink, get comfortable. Let's dive in. This first row up here, this is elemental energies. What I asked about when I pulled these cards was what isn't working in the relationship? Where is this disconnect currently? And I do feel throughout 2023 or the last part of 2023, this connection might have gone a little stale. It could be in a pit stop, in a hold, what have you. But what isn't happening and why it's stuck is either you or them is not surrendering and just going with the flow. And it could be both of you. There is a lack of compassion and there is a lack of intimacy. Now, intimacy doesn't always mean physical. And I honestly don't feel that that's what this card's representing. By all means, if it's your situation and that's what you're dealing with, no physical intimacy, then get in where you fit in. Flip it, rub it down, put it in that corner. That's your job, not mine. So, anyways, surrender and flow. I do feel that somebody, and it can be both, but they're in resistance. They're not surrendering. They're not going with the flow. I feel like this has been up and down, back and forth energy. There will be a little bit of surrender. A conversation is had. Oh, yeah. You know, however, they connect with you, you give them good advice, whatever it is, but then they disappear again. That's because there's still resistance playing out underneath. And guys, don't be fooled. Depending on whether it's you or the person you're connecting with, if there is unhealed trauma, and that is a big blanket, because if you don't know yourself, if you haven't met yourself and started looking and uncovering false beliefs and things like that, then guess what? There's resistance there. You don't know yourself. But I do feel that that is what's playing out. This is what I call, kind of like the ego die off. Right before we really decide to dive deep into the dark that's within us that we try to avoid, we tend to put up this facade. Oh, yes, I'm working on it. I'm working hard. Things aren't working out. Blah, 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 whatever. Truth be told, you're actually in resistance and avoiding surrender and flow. So there's a lot of that going on. This lack of compassion. I do feel that one person in this connection, which is triggering the other person. So the other person is working on this anger, bitterness, resentment, betrayal energy to not come up, not to trigger them. But this other person has really shut this door to compassion. They're not opening up. They're not talking about it. They're not moving or sitting in a compassionate state. They really are more in sitting in anger and betrayal and all of those old energy thoughts. And that is what's stopping this connection from connecting again. And it's because in the 5D, the higher energy, which you guys are both working to level up to, yes, you guys both know this here, but in the 3D, the old stuff is playing out. So that takes us to this intimacy card. Again, I don't feel this is specifically referring to physical intimacy. Some of the best relationships are formed because of this soul intimacy. This soul intimacy that I'm referring to is two people choosing that the other person is a safe place, and they choose to open up. Not surface level open up, deep level open up, because they know at that 5D level, this other person gets them. They understand that there's not going to be judgment, this, that, and the other. This is the intimacy that I'm talking about and picking up on. So for those of you that may have, come into contact with this connection, things moved really fast and there was fast physical intimacy. And it was great, but then it sort of died out. They pulled away, blah, blah, blah. And you're over here. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Blah, blah, blah. Stop, stop, stop. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. It's energy intimacy that is getting in the way. There is somebody in this connection, and again, it could be both, not fully surrendering to this emotional intimacy. And again, stay out of judgment, blame, shame, and all of that, because there are different levels to this emotional intimacy. And it's designed to grow. You're designed to step into it and get to know it and allow it to grow. But it can only grow and evolve the way it should is if you're going inside and meeting yourself at this emotional, intimate level. You first have to be emotionally intimate with yourself before you can do that with anyone else. Same with the other person in this connection. So I do feel that there's somebody in this connection who is more in resistance, and the other person, most likely you who's listening, is already 1 foot into their higher timeline. And so you have been moving through, especially the latter half of 2023. Do I pull my energy back? What do I do? So for you that's listening, you're coming in with this energy 33 magic maker. Captivate, touch, tantalize, and sense. 22, devotee, dedicated, inspire, acquire, and emerge. And 29, healer, cleanse, grieve, grow, and heal. This is the process you have been on. You truly are the one who makes the magic in your life. You're the director, the author, the producer, and the actor in your life. This is your year to put you first, especially if you have played that role of people pleaser, or having attachment issues where you attach to somebody else's energy and kind of forget about yourself, and you take on their personality or what they like, and then you morph yourself into that. Stop that. You got those lessons in 2023 to take, do your Edward Scissorhand and cut that shit out. You're starting 2024 really realizing that, really realizing you are the magic, you are the power, you are the savior you have been looking for. You are choosing, and look, 33 and 22 are powerful master numbers. Master numbers are high vibrational numbers. And you are really leaning more towards the 5D and spiritual, your own spirituality. I do feel a few of you have had this conversation with yourself and said, no, in 2024, I'm going to be very dedicated, devoted to emerging the best me possible. You recognize you are a healer. Your hands are healing. The energy that comes out of your hands when you're in a balanced place is very healing. It helps yourself and others grow. To get into this healer energy, you have gone through intense times of grieving, of pain, loss, heartache. You've worked through that and you've risen above that. So now you're carrying that energy to help others heal. But you've recognized that right now in this connection, it is not your turn to step on stage and lend that helping hand. You've really realized that up here, what's missing is how you want to operate. You want to be in this compassionate surrender flow and intimate energy because you know that's where the power is. But you've recognized there's resistance with this person. We see this here, the 5 of Swords, 7 of Cups, and then the 2 of Swords. There's been arguing, miscommunication, not seeing straight. This 5 of Swords card is my inner child conflict card. Both of you have been triggering things from your past. Guess what? That's what these higher soul connections represent. So yeah, you're right. You guys are where you're supposed to be. But when this stuff comes up, this is where we can get thrown off course because we come at this as, well, the other person needs to change. They need to do this, this, and this. Then I'll be okay. Wrong thinking. No, no, no. First, you go within. You deal with you. As you do deal with you, they will be energetically compelled to deal with them. 7 of Cups, you may be sitting here feeling like this person has other options. They're off doing this, this, and this. They're not even thinking about you. Out of sight, out of mind, blah, blah, blah. Guys, Yeah, it can appear that there's all kinds of options going on. You even have other options, and options don't have to be other people. These are just different life distractions. I feel that the person you are connecting with, that this reading is about, is really going through a dark night of the soul, an ego death on their own. They're very much in resistance. There's a lot of anger, bitterness, and resentment that is causing this energetic difference and divide. Right now, you are not meant to come in and, you know, reveal everything, let your feelings be known, blah, 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 and they're automatically going to change. You've already been picking up that you need to pull back your energy. You need to let them go through whatever while you work on you. That is absolutely what you do need to be doing, because 2024 is about you. And again, we're starting out this year going through May under this expansive energy. It's an expansive abundance energy guidance. Make sure the guidance you're listening to is from your heart. They're intuitive hits, trusted advisors, not 3D matrix minded people. That will confuse the hell out of you. Yep. Manifestation. What was I just saying? This energy we're under. Justice. It's time that justice starts coming in for you. How does that happen? When you pull your energy back, you focus on you, you hold that space that this person and everybody else will come into their own understanding and their own healing. And when the timing is right, you two will get in contact again and have a conversation. Share with each other what you've learned, where you've been, what's going on energetically, which will then help you both elevate. When we have separation or no contact with these soulmates, that's when we grow the most. That's when we can look at that pain and that hurt and open it, not to relive it, but to look at it and see it for truth, not the perception we've had. Hurt and pain are always designed to bring you back to you and the truth. All right, guys. I hope that helped. I'm going to end that here. Um, just remember, I will never reach out to you or give comments, offer readings, none of that. If you want to work with me or get an insight for yourself, all that information is in the link below. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. Alakai, Alakai, Alakai.